At SXM, we're taking travel and tourism to new heights. Here we boast spacious check-in areas, 10 passport control points, comfortable departure lounges, and an exciting new airport mall. Finally, there's an airport in the Caribbean that takes your travel plans as seriously as you do. Princess Juliana International Airport. The experience will move you.
Welcome to the Late Night Show. Hope everything is okay. Hope everything is all right. I'm your host, Angie. All right, Law and Order edition of the Late Night Show. Of course, we will be bringing you the latest information when it comes to the slowdown, the go slow of the justice workers for St. Martin. As you know, they've been waiting for a long time for their decrees, the national decrees. And, our Minister of Justice, Anna Elaine Richardson, has promised that she is on the case. The signing of the package of outlining the workers' criteria and also the salary and so on, all the nitty-gritty of it was completed back in December, just before elections. Of course, you didn't vote for her. So now you're wondering what's the holdup. I'll just tell you straight up what the holdup is. It's called something, I think it's called saltiness. Is that even a word? Saltiness? The reason why I say saltiness is I am not going to be working hard for you, police officers and justice workers, if you did not basically give me a vote of confidence for me to stay as your Minister of Justice. There's one thing for me to be appointed because I'm appointed as a minister, but it's the next thing for me to perform for the 4 years. I said what I was going to do. I end up doing 80% more than what other ministers of justice have done. And now you punish me by only giving me 230 something votes. Or 200 and something. I can't remember the exact number, but over 200, less than 300 votes you gave to me. And I have about 800 to 700 workers working under the Ministry of Justice. So that means majority of you think I am not doing a good job. Therefore, in Dutch they say, zoek het maar uit. That's exactly what it means. Figure it out. So now, I have to stay on the job, bear witness to your fake smiles and you did a great job, Minister. You're great. I voted for you. I'm one of the 200. And you just have to be like, thank you. So let me go and work for you so that you can have a better life while I go home. If pettiness was a person, I would have been the Minister of Justice because I would have been throwing shade all day, every day. Minister, we have a situation. You better hold it for Lyndon Lewis, who's coming in. No, thank you. I voted for he, right? I voted for the now. So deal with him now when he comes in. Right now, I on cruise control. Nobody harass me. Nobody call me. But the Ministry of Justice, at least the union members, have decided to pick up a storm, and they have been meeting at the Little League ballpark since Tuesday, I believe. And it's not an easy road because you know how hard it is for me to repeat the same thing to you for the past 3 years. Every single time the steps gets closer and closer, and yet we so far because it's ready, but it's not. But it's supposed to be ready, and it's supposed to be signed by the governor. So the governor went by them today on Friday to talk to all the members, basically telling them, "Hey, listen, we well, not the members, the union, at least the union representatives. They had a meeting on Friday morning with the governor, Ajamu Bailey, and the governor said, And that's right. She did what she needed to do. But in order for me to sign a national degree, it needs to be correct. And I don't have the, the manpower to focus only on the national degrees. So therefore, it's going to take a long time before we get to all 700 and plus of you. You understand the problem? Meanwhile, police members, justice workers are saying enough is enough. We don't want to wait anymore because we've been waiting since 10, 10, 10. How is that Anna Elaine Richardson fault? I have no idea. Just because the buck stops with her, because she's the missionary minister of justice. What does that mean? She's the outgoing minister of justice. What does that mean? She's the cruise control, automatic, just going on cruise to make sure that government continues. She's supposed to be there. But for her to fight for you now would be unfair to the woman. So I wouldn't say stop it, because you showed your power on Thursday when you shut the entire island down with that traffic. Basically, people, let me tell you what happened on Thursday, because a bunch of people were upset about the traffic and a bunch of people were upset about immigration handlings in at the harbor and at the St. Martin airport. Let me tell you what's going on. These wonderful people decided, you know what? We're gonna go do controls today. But the way we're going to do controls is the way we have the authority to do controls. We're going to stop the people in the middle of Colby Hill, and we're going to block both sides, and we're going to check every car for contraband or anything that's not supposed to be there. We're going to do a general police control. Nobody could tell us to not do it, because you can't tell us not to do our job, because that's why you're paying us pennies. So therefore, they did this the following. Pete, put on the stoplight, please. Good afternoon. How are you doing? My name is Officer Dick. I just would like to let you know that we're having a good day today. You having a good day today? How's your day going today? Yeah, it's going good? Okay, good. So this is a general police control. And what we're doing is, hold, hold on, just 1 minute. Hello? Hey, what's going on? Konta. Mm-hmm. Mm. And she tell you what? Yeah, just 1 minute. Hey, listen, I let me call you back. I on a job. Yeah? All right, cool. Yes, that's true. But she didn't call me back. So I tell her, die. Yeah, okay, later. Oh, immigration people are the funniest. Where was I? Yes, my name is Officer Dick, and what we're gonna do today is we're just gonna check to make sure that your vehicle is working, that everything is intact. Can you take off the car? Officer, we're in the middle of the road. Like for the past 5 minutes, we're in the middle of the road in Colby Hill. Like, you can't put me on the side. No, 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 no. It's not necessary. Just they gonna wait. They have no choice because I have the authority to stop them. So yeah, take off the car. All right, let me see what you got here. Ooh, it's a nice car, boy. It's looking good. So you have all the papers? No? Ah, okay. Well, I still have to check the car. Do you have a problem with me checking the car? No? Okay, cool. And he's checking and making sure that, okay, let me check the documentation. Oh, this don't look right. 1 minute. So you can imagine, right? The amount of time that went, and imagine that scenario with every single car from 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Do you know what that means for an island that is so dependent, one, on tourism, two, on the actual road itself? Like, you don't understand. And It was on a complete standstill from both sides. French side going to Dutch, Dutch side going to French. And when I say standstill, I talking about, so not even bumper to bumper, just like bam. And they just there chilling. And that effect lasted until about 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, where people were frustrated. People had to just cancel and postpone, and tourists had to go to the airport and they were late. Taxis couldn't just pass. It was a nightmare. Because you could imagine when the taxi dispatchers call the police department and say, hey, I got a busload of 100 tourists that have to go to the airport right now. And they're like, yeah? Well, I need my national decree now and my colleagues, and I don't see nobody going through rushing for me and breaking traffic laws. So just hold off, man. Hold off in the line. It's gonna clear up soon, man. We're working on it. Okay? All right. That's the okay, cool. Yeah, police could be really difficult if you make them to be difficult, especially since they have the authority to do their job. And you can't tell them to do it faster. You can't tell them to do it slowly. They just could do it how they want, and there's nothing or nobody that can do something about it. The negative effect that cost, of course, it costs in Martin heavily, because you can imagine the amount of 2 stars we get from the tourists. Remember? Remember the tourists? I don't know if you remember, because we can't pay if we don't have no tourists here. But hello, let's just hurt the tourists. So yeah, they were pretty clear by saying, I believe somebody's put on their Facebook page, F. St. Martin, I will never return. And then Christopher Emmanuel put love. I just don't get that guy. Anyway, so people didn't like it very much. And the authorities didn't really care, because they're like, if they balling for about a couple hours in traffic, understand my pain for the past 14 years while I waited for a national decree. Make sense? I know, not to you, because you was in traffic and you was upset. I would have been upset too. I spoke to the union representatives of the NRPB and the AMPO, and this is what they said during the interview. Take a look. All right, the police union continues with meeting with members. I believe it is day 4. Is it day 4 or day 5? When we started? Monday?
Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Didn't meet yesterday. And yeah, this was, you could say, this is the fourth meeting.
All right, tell us. The governor did come today to talk to the members. Tell us more or less if the members were satisfied and what's the next step.
Okay, this meeting, the main how to say, um, reason for this meeting was to relay back to our members what was discussed with the governor, the meeting that we had with the governor this morning. Okay, there was a few agenda points that we spoke about concerning the Landbesluit, the retroactive payments, and the process of which the Landbesluit are being dealt or worked out. Okay. It was a very fruitful meeting with the governor. We were very appreciative that he met with us, and yeah, the conversations were good and everything. We came back to our members and we relayed what was discussed, talked about, and as you know, our members are still very much disgruntled and fed up. So that is the situation that we are dealing with. We are trying to, keep the peace, keep everything calm, but this is 14 years
Correct.
of
Struggle.
hardship, struggle, whatever you want to call it, and it's not going down so easy. The people are fed up. People are fed up.
Yes, sir. Anything you wanted to add?
Yes, I say thank to our colleague and NFB who started this action, and we in solidarity we joined them one time because we have a lot of members working in the justice system.
Correct.
And of course, like my colleagues say already, it's 14 years we've been waiting for this. And, let's we see what's going to happen. They're not accepted. Okay, right now we're sitting with the government, like my colleagues said too, it was a fruitful meeting, but yet to make the national degree, the Landsberg to them, it will take a little bit long. And that's what the members them is not accepting. And right now we're in negotiation with the minister to see how we're gonna bring more person to help for those national degree to be done as fast as possible. So we will have a next meeting when we finish with the minister to see how we can put more manpower behind this landscape lighting.
Now, as far as the minister is concerned, she gave a statement recently that a meeting was held with the union. The governor also was up to date. A certain amount of batch of decrees will be dealt with on a weekly basis. But apparently that's not enough based on the fact that it took this long when this was supposed to be taking place a while ago, I guess. That's where the frustration comes from the members.
Of course, this is the main point what the members them is worried about because they say enough is enough. After 14 years still, they have to wait a little bit longer. And especially knowing that the manpower is not behind in making of the land plus like that. So we in negotiation with the minister now, and she gave us her word that she will sit with us, and we come to a conclusion of a better decision how we're going to finalize this land plus like national degrees as soon as possible.
Help me understand. Last question. How is it that we only found out now that it's going to take a long time? I mean, if there were certain processes followed, how did we only come to the conclusion now that a lot of manpower is needed? I mean, at least we could have planned properly, right?
That's a very good question, Andrew. The reason why these meetings were being called in the first place, because of in December when the package was signed off, people were expecting to hear about the land split from January, and then there was a silence. We weren't hearing anything. We sent letters, and there was no response. And the members grew frustrated, they grew restless, and as a matter of fact, they demanded a meeting with the members. There was a whole signature drive with all the members signing on a letter that they need answers from their union. So that is why we are here today.
Message to all the members.
Members, this is your union representative. Most of y'all know me. And we're going to do what we have to do.
I second my colleagues. It's time that the people them deserve what they work for 14 years, and it is their rights. So with the minister online now, we think we're gonna have this under control, and as soon as possible, everybody will have their national degree in their hand.
So what does that mean? It's coming, it's reaching, it's almost there, it's on its way. Almost had it. In Dutch is say op het nippertje. Bijna. Het komt nog. And that's all I got. I can't remember more. In Spanish, rapido. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Okay, so basically, the police, I'm always in and the justice workers, I'm always in solidarity with you guys. I've been fighting for Oyo to get this thing for the longest while. I even had the good minister on the show to explain the process, where we're going, where it is. You heard from the union representatives what's happening. But honestly, know that this process is going to take a while. The first batch is going to at least calm down and cool off some people who are fed up of waiting. But let's not forget the other colleagues, because 700 and something national degrees is a lot until you get your own, and then you stop worrying about everybody else's, because that's how St. Martin wired. That's how we wired. I know, don't even tell me nothing, don't disagree. I just need you to understand that when you get your national degree, don't hush your mouth and stop going to meetings because you get your own. Continue to fight the fight until every single last one of them got their degree, because If you didn't get it, you would want them to stand with you even though they have their degrees, okay? Now, it might look as favoritism because you know how it is in St. Martin is who you know, it's not what you know. But understand that they have to end up coming to you. If you did not get any type of word from the minister office when it comes to your position, reach out. Don't expect somebody to do it for you freely because you're such a nice person. That's all I could say to the members. Justice, yes, we got this. We're doing this. Speaking about justice, we're going to have a minister coming in soon. That's if he passed the screening. And that's, of course, Lyndon Lewis, Mr. AI over here. He looks nothing like this, ladies and gentlemen. He looks nothing like this. This is artificial intelligence picture, AI picture. That means it's fake. Like his hairline, it ain't there. So let me tell you something. Lyndon Lewis is coming in if he passes his screening. And I need people to understand the type of person he is because, you know, yesterday I spoke to him and he cussed me off because I put a comment. So because I sent him a message, I basically commented. Like I did one of those hating comments and I was like, Lyndon Lewis, you look nothing like it. This thing is fake. He was upset. He was like, oh, you're hating us. And he just be on WhatsApp. So he just cussing me and I cussing him. And I say, you know what? Tomorrow I am telling St. Martin about your stinking attitude. So let me tell all you about Lyndon Lewis, my schoolmate that I had to share school with when I used to go to MPC. Yeah, surprise. I actually went to school here. So Lyndon Lewis was the biggest son of a bitch in school, I have to say. And, you know, as a minister of justice, he will be a son of a bitch. But understand that there is a method to the madness when it comes to Lyndon. So let me set the scene for you so you can understand what I had to deal with in school. And I'm sure my classmates and my teachers are going to agree with me when it comes to this attitude of this arrogant French quarter boy. So I was, you know, doing my thing, and I think it was first term in first grade. First, second. What was second, first? I can't remember. Somewhere in between. So I'm in school, and the school elections for the school president was coming up because it was dormant for a while at Milton Peters College. And I was one of those activists, and I always wanted to be in things. I had no social life at all. So I kind of lobbied for the student government to come back at Milton Peters College back in the early 2000s. So, your boy organized a whole election that was coming up. I was going uncontested for the president because it's because of me. It started back. I even got the school some coolers. So I had a whole manifesto of things that I'm going to do for the schools and things that I have done without the organization of the student body. So I am in class, sitting down. I believe it was Mr. Arenell, the late Mr. Arenell. He was our maths teacher. And I was the class outsider, which is the representative of the class. Basically, you get to be a glorified snitch walking with a book to every class, whereby they have to take off who came and who did not come, because people used to spable all the time. What's spable? Ask your mother who went to MPC, or your father. They're going to tell you what spable it is. They used to say, spabelar! Pete, you know what spabelar? I know you're an academy student. Academy? You went academy, right? No? You went. Oh, wait, you're MPC? You're MPC, huh? Yay! If we had a school song, I would have sing it now, but yeah, no.
Is a skip class.
12 years, though, Pete? Jesus. Oh, okay. Okay, anyway, back here. So I continued, and I sitting in class, and all of a sudden they says, class, we got a transfer from Sundial. Now, pause. Let me tell you something. When you transfer from Sundial, it means that, and I don't want Sundial students come for me, but it is a remarkable thing if you are able to transfer from Sundial to MPC, especially in my stream at the time. I think we was the guinea pigs of the FSBO at the time, because that's the first time they had introduced it, and it was like, let's try it on these niggas. Anyway, so Lyndon came, and he said, yes, Lyndon Lewis, and this skinny nigga come there with a big bag, and everybody was like, but Andrew, he got a bigger bag than you, which is impossible because these people never used to walk with bags. They used to be just like very light. And the bag was like a big, like a no-no. I didn't care. I had the biggest bag in class until Lyndon Lewis came from Sundial School. Understand how long this rivalry was. So he came in and he said, hello, what's going on? And he went and sit down. Quickly, like fast forward a week, he found out that there's students' elections, and then he decided to postulate himself for president. And I was like, no, you from Sundial, you don't know nothing about MPC. And everybody was like, Suriname, hold your mouth, leave the man run, and see what happens. You know he can't beat you because everybody know the things that you do with the school, the things that you've done, the coolers and all those stuff that you used to organize. Nah, man, they're gonna support you, man. They know that you're the man for the job. So I was like, well, yeah, I need a vice president, so okay, because the loser always gets vice president. We had to do a presentation to all the classes about why to vote for me. So I went and I gave the reason why you have to vote for Andrew Dick. And then all the students was like, why does he speak like that? That's his accent. I don't even understand a word he's saying. And I was like, I'm right here, guys. Are you talking about me? And I'm right here. Yeah, MPC was savage. So I told them, basically, you want a better school? Andrew Dick, look what I've done so far. Imagine when I actually am president. Lyndon comes in the class, and says, good afternoon, my name is Lyndon Lewis. I'm from French Quarter. I just come here from Sundial and I see the state of the school. I want to make it better. Vote for me and everybody gets ham and cheese in the recess. Thank you. I said, he can't do that. I said, he can't do that. Andrew, nobody likes a snitch. Shh. Andrew, nobody likes a snitch. Shh. The man bribed himself and was elected. That's how I know he was going to be a son of a bitch when he grew up, when he got older, when he got wiser. Because this guy then did the most gangster politician thing ever. After he was elected and I was de facto vice president and I was upset with everybody. Nobody wanted to talk to me because they know they was going to get a FU. So Lyndon then, everybody started to go like, hey, so where my ham and cheese? I ain't get it yet. Lyndon said, ham and cheese? Who you talking about? I didn't promise you nothing. I was like, this son of a... So he got people to vote for him. And he just like did the same thing Lyndon always does. Empty promises. So what have you learned, kids? That yes, I went to MPC, therefore I must have papers. Secondly, Lyndon Lewis is a son of a bitch. And as president, he did absolutely nothing. I, as vice president, did most of the work, and he took credit for it, rightfully so, because he was the president. So he was like, when people went to him, hey, Lyndon, good job with organizing that play, of good that barbecue, it was good, and the basketball tournament, the knockout, it was good, and so on. He would be like, hey, all in a day's work, I do it for you. That's why I'm here for. And I always used to watch him like, that's why one of the reasons why most of the people always laugh at me is because they always go back to that story, especially my classmates, all of them, and they say, hey, Andrew, remember when Lyndon just came out of nowhere and kicked your ass? Classic. Yeah, cool. So I think with that personal story, you should know what kind of minister that you're getting of justice. But in all seriousness, there is some ounce of concern to Lyndon at times when it suits him. So we will be keeping a close eye on this son of a bitch new minister that's going to come in. We're going to be very critical and know that late night is watching you. Sound like the biggest hater ever, boy. I don't care. I'm still salty. I didn't have to lose the elections. That's one of the reasons why I don't do politics. I'm like, never again. Never again will I be not voted for. Because my slogan was cool. I was like, vote for Dick. And everybody was like, pause. What are you talking about? No, and Linda just used to trip on me the whole time. Welcome to the Late Night Show. Today is Dick Court in session. We have that coming up. So stay tuned. Let's begin.
Hi, Mom. How are you?
Hi, darling. I'm fine. Just calling to say hi.
Oh, okay. We got over here.
Girl, I hear watching this movie and it.
But, Mom, you finished all your minutes yet?
No, girl. Talem has new postpaid plans and automatically upgraded my postpaid package.
Is that so?
Guess what? I am getting more minutes and almost double the amount of data for the same price.
I guess I'm making a switch now.
Let me call you back, Mom.
Hey, Tash, you hear about Telem new postpaid plans?
Court is in session. Welcome to Dick's Court. I always love our cheap Law and Order imitation sound effect, Pete. Thank you so much for that. Of course, we are looking at our Daily Herald illegal PDFs, where we, look at the law stories, the court stories, go into the nitty-gritty of things. We start off with this particular story. 6 months for kilo of coke and 6 more for breaking probation. Oh, they catch Marcelina, man. Anyway, the court of first instance on Thursday sentenced a man to 6 months in prison for a kilogram of cocaine found in possession on October 23rd, 2023. The judge also imposed a 6-month suspended sentence that had been hanging over the man's head because he is still on probation from a previous conviction in 2021. This takes the total amount of prison time up to a year. Alexander Bladen, 27 years old, stood trial on Thursday suspected of threatening destruction of property and possession of cocaine. Just 1 minute. If you have a prior and you have cocaine on you, why would you destroy public property? Why would you get on like a crazy man knowing that you have a whole kilo on you? Make it make sense. I hope you're from KB. Let's continue. The charges will all stem from the altercation between Bladen and his ex-girlfriend. Of course. Had to be a woman. It had to be. I didn't want to say it, but I was like, it had to be a reason for this madness. But then again, why would you have a kilo on you if you're going to go fight? Anyway, let's read. I haven't read it yet. Let me just continue. The charges all stem from an altercation between Bladen and his ex-girlfriend last October, during which she pushed him and hit him on the head with a bottle. Well, she must be a Scorpio. Bladen admitted to destroying the woman's television in response, but denied having a gun and threatened her to end her life. I was angry and I was saying things, but I don't remember saying I would kill her. You stop it. Stop it. We say things when we're mad. Stop it. We don't say things when we're mad. I remember the good days when I used to tell my ex, I wish a truck runs you over 15 times. The good times. All right, page 6. Let's go. 5. Okay, I got it. All right. The defendant told the court on Thursday. After the fight, Bladen drove away from the woman's home and the police were called. Later that day, officers stopped and searched the vehicle and looked for the reported firearm. Instead, they found a laundry basket with clothes and a hidden brick of white powder, which turned out to be 1,044 grams of cocaine. Why do you have it in your vehicle, sir? And police was going to look for you after the altercation with your ex. Why would you have it in your vehicle? All right. Like, oh, you don't watch Narcos? Just bury it. Anyway, later that day, officers stopped and searched the vehicle. And oh, okay, I read that already. Police arrested Bladen, and he sat 11 days in pre-detention. He bought the woman a new television after he got out. Very smart. Very smart. During Thursday's trial, Bladen admitted that the cocaine was his. The reason why I'm laughing, ladies and gentlemen, is because the best out of a situation when you have a lot of drugs is to always say that it's personal consumption, because you don't want to say, no, it's for distribution. I don't touch that stuff. That's even worse. You will get more time. So the fact that he said, no, I like cocaine. All right, let's continue. So during the trial, Bladen admitted that the cocaine was his, but said it was for him and his group of friends' personal use. You did damn right. He told the court that the brick was their stash to party throughout the festive period of St. Martin's Day in November to New Year's Day in January. But I'm sorry, Mr. Bladen, are you Pablo Escobar? Are you Scarface? Your lot, a whole kilo? I wonder. You know what? Let me hold that political joke to myself. Okay, let me continue. Yeah, Pete. I don't want to get in trouble. You're right. Bladen's ex-girlfriend appeared before the court on Thursday, testifying that she had lied to police about the death threats and the firearm. Was she recanted? When prosecutor asked why she had made a false statement, the woman said she was angry at Bladen and wanted him away from her. Despite his ex-girlfriend recanting her original statement, the prosecutor on Thursday still considered Bladen guilty of threatening. The prosecutor supported this with an expert from the defendant's police interrogation, in which he told investigators that he probably had threatened the woman's life. As Bladen admitted to other charges, the prosecutor asked the judge to find him guilty on all 3 counts of the indictment. She demanded a prison sentence of 18 months, of which 9 months would be suspended. On top of this, the prosecutor asked for an additional of 6 months suspended sentence for Bladen's previous conviction. Now, the defense lawyer Shaira Bummel pleaded for her client's acquittal and threatening, leading, and ex-girlfriend testimony in court. Bummel also requested the judge not to hand down a punishment for destruction of property, as her client has already replaced the television he had broken. As for the cocaine, the defense lawyers requested a completely suspended prison sentence in combination with community service hours. Yeah, because it's only a kilo, right? The not wanting to return to the Point Man's prison, Bladen, a father of 2 boys and who recently was promoted by his employer, asked the judge for leniency. I made a mistake. It was not the right thing to do, Bladen told the court. I wasn't there for my first son when he was small. I want to be there for my second. His verdict: the judge acquitted Bladen of threatening, but found him guilty of destruction of property and possession of cocaine. The judge then sentenced the defendant to 6 months in prison, which he said was mainly for the cocaine. I don't care so much about the television because you did buy it back, the judge told the defendant. Following the prosecutor's demand, the judge also imposed a suspended 6-month prison sentence for Bladen's previous conviction. In October 2021, the court of first instance found Bladen guilty of gun possession and fencing a stolen motorcycle. For these crimes, he was sentenced to 36 months in prison, 6 months of which were suspended on 3-year probation. Bladen had also been on trial for attempted manslaughter in that case, but the judge acquitted him of this charge for the lack of evidence. Case closed. What have we learned, kiddies? We have learned that personal use is a bitch, and leave your drugs at home or somewhere hidden so that when you do commit a crime, like beating up your girlfriend and mashing up her stuff, you can only get arrested, held, detained for that instead of just walking around like you Pablo Escobar with a kilo in your car. Like, who does that? Anyway, case dismissed. Let's go to the second one. There's a story here in the Herald also for the Friday edition. First hearing for suspect in St. Martin's Day shooting. A man appeared before the court of first instance on Thursday morning in first hearing of the upcoming homicide case. DSG, 28 years old, is suspected of being involved in a fatal shooting of Jermaine Shaba Emilien, 21 years old, outside Lotus nightclub in Simpson Bay in the early morning hours of November the 11th, 2023. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Remember that was very gruesome. And it was it was a murder scene. Emmeline died at the scene after being shot multiple times while standing close to a parked car. G turned himself in at the police station about 4 to 5 hours after the shooting and claimed to be involved, and police said in the statement at the time. Now, the Friendside resident has been charged with murder, manslaughter, and gun possession, the prosecutor said during Thursday's pro forma hearing. The prosecutor told the court that the case file against G has not been completed because authorities are still waiting on the results from the DNA test. You are not the father. Sorry, whenever I hear DNA, I just jump to Maury. Defense lawyer Shira Bummel pointed out that the case file is also missing surveillance camera footage from the area and asked to have these added. Bummel also said she might have requests for additional investigation after reading the completed case file. A trial date has been tentatively set for May 8th, but it depends on whether the results of the pending forensic test have been received in time. If the case is not ready, another procedural hearing will take place on May the 8th, and the trial will be postponed to a later date. I also like to know they have some other cold cases that we have to look at. For example, they had the shooting at an event that took place at my Cocky Turtle side. I think it was last year. It was a big shooting. The guy was shot in the head. I noticed that the court, or at least the case hasn't been heard yet. So I want to know what's going on with that one. There are some other open cases that that still has to be heard, but that's a perfect example of out of sight, out of mind. Because while the persons are deceased and they have the funeral and everything is over, you still have to remember one thing and one thing only. An open case does not necessarily mean that the case is solved. Do you understand what I mean? So we have this tendency of always having these incidents take place, and then as soon as it happened, yeah, we just move on to the next one. And then when they get sentenced, you hardly hear anything about it, or the case never comes to the court. And yeah, people just move on. It's a horrible cycle, but something you have to pay attention to. So don't worry, the court is here. Is there anything else? Yes, the police continue their strikes. So there are some people that are considering bringing the government to court concerning their national decrees. But when it does go to court, then we'll look after it. All right? That is it for our wonderful decor today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we're going to be screening the candidate for ministerial position in the new cabinet. Sorry. right, fellas? You all know what you're here for. Now, I want you to listen to the criteria. And the criteria goes as follows. Number one, candidate must have a clean conscience. I repeat, a clean conscience. Number two, candidate must be honest. Honesty is what we want here. Honest. Number three, you must have common sense. Common sense is needed. You must have common sense. What the candidates gonna be? Candidates? Number four. Candidate must have a clean record. I repeat, the candidate must have a clean record and not try to sell anything that don't belong to him. I repeat, and not try to sell anything that don't belong to him. Are you ready for this position?
Facts.
All right. You go through the screening.
Oh yeah, gimme. Keiso time. Willkommen beneden met deze bommende granaten. Vanuit het is oorlog en ruzie. I know everybody waiting on this one what the fish go sing. The Dutch ordered extra screening, all of them they start bickering. The Dutch gave orders, holiday don't sign no papers. Cause we coming down to help you screen them ministers. All what they do 4 years ago, they can't do it no more. Holland coming, they making sure close them door. Buy what a thing. They start panicking, Parliament in swing. All of them signing, why they lead their own party to join UP? Chasing gold looking vanity, but they thought all of we was stupidity. And none of us would have seen how they focus up. Sarah focus up. She used the DP to follow Connie. She helped bring the Dutch. Yes, she focused up. Poor Mikey was shocked. Sarah focused up, but all the vote we vote was in vain because they just focus up again and again. Oh yeah, gimme. Tell them I come down. Midnight we start hearing little things about UP with Mrs. Malin. The one they calling Leona, the traitor from Middle Region. Remember they say the first time that she going astray, she come on TV, press conference, me going nowhere. Was it long after, once Cornelius done make him move, Leona jump ship, it was time to get in the groove. One is question, that's still on my mind. You fool the people, Leona. What about the next time? Why you leave your own party to join UP? You even lambasted poor BB when she write and say how you take money. But I know you ain't gone for free cause you're focused up. Leona, focus up. Is now plain to see. She greedy, greedy. Your integrity, young lady, is under scrutiny. In this partnership, you committed the mutiny. The boys on the block say they feel so shame because you just focus up again and again. Oh yeah, 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 gimme, 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 gimme. Oh lad, I come down, hey so tame. We all know patience is a virtue in all what we say and do, especially in this country with political callaloo. Remember when France called Leona a prostitute? Look at him now, it's better he had remained mute. While he campaigning, he was a man of integrity. His party's motto was based on transparency, but look how that done. Once he deal gone through, the only thing we now seeing who more hold and who. Why he use the whole party to join UP, chasing good-looking vanity, all like you bat up T.O. and UP. Now yourself had to join with he, boy, you focus up. France, you focus up. Is now plain to see. You help kill Willie. You sign one letter, my partner, then sign another. That's the signature of a true leader. I voted blue, yes, I vote for you. So I had to put this calypso on you to prove my friendship is true. Hey! Gimme, 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 gimme. Oh, yeah, yeah.